Lewis Brown. I've been a keen carp angler for many years now. I've done most of my time down at Linear Fisheries the last 8 or 9 years. The last 5 years, I'd say, I've fished it fairly regularly, trying to get down here most weekends I can. I've done quite well over the years, fishing for myself, multiple matches as well. Yeah, I've managed to catch 4 40s from 4 of the different lakes. I fish all the lakes, like I don't have a favourite. I just try and find the fish when I turn up and get as close as I can to them and just try and fish for bites really. That's my style of fishing. I just turn up and I'll try and catch as many as I can in the period of time that I've got. This time of year, we're in the middle of January now, so I would prefer to be on Brasenose 1 or St John's really. I think they give you a good chance of a couple of fish in the winter. Over the New Year period, I've done a weekend over on Brasenose 2 where I managed to catch 15 fish, just chucking single zigs out into the middle, soaked in the yellow halo. For this session, we are down on Brasenose 1. So we're a couple of weeks down the line from there now, and we did just have a hard frost where it gave all the lakes down here a lid on, full of ice. That's thawed out now. The lakes have reopened this morning, so me and Joe are down here to try and catch a few fish. We've seen a couple of fish out there, so I've just flicked out 2 single zigs out into the likely looking area, and hopefully over the next 48 hours we can get a few fish on the bank. Right, that's them rods been out there for a couple of hours just on them zigs. Nothing's happened so far, so I'm bringing them in. I'm going to find a spot, put 3 zigs out there over a spot and just try and trickle a little bit of bait over the top. Not too much because of the time of the year, but hopefully with a bit of bait falling through the water we can try and nick ourselves a bite by the end of the day. Right, I found the area that I'm going to be looking to spend most of my time fishing. It's a little over 100 yards, 26 wraps. I'm just getting the third rod ready now on another Zig. I've got a 9, a 7. I'm going to do this one a little bit shorter, about 5 foot. These are our new Zig Hookbaits. I'm just going to put a red one on. I've got 2 blacks out there at the minute. I like to trim these down a little bit just to make them a bit more subtle, make it mimic, because when I use a bit of foam, I quite like a small bit of foam. So I just trim these down a little bit smaller, and then I'll just put it back on the Zig liner and get that one out there as well as the others. And to finish the Zig, I just like to add a little bit of the halo. On this occasion, I'm using the pink one. I just put a bit, soak it all over. Right, that's that Zig done. I'm going to get it out there with the others now, get some bait knocked up, put a couple of spoms over the top of all them rods, and hopefully we can bring a bite our way. Right, I'm just making up a little mix now, just so I can start spomming over these Zigs. I've got the 10mm Pro Stim liver, which I crumb up, so I'll have small bits and big bits, so they fall at different speeds. I've got the Pro Stim liver bag mix, which this is good for this sort of fishing because it's got tiny little bits of food particles and that in there. And then I've got the sweet corn, which are full just at a normal speed. I've got 3 different Zigs out there from 9 foot to 5 foot. So this bag mix is perfect because it goes so slow falling through that it works for all the Zigs. Like, it takes its time coming through the water. And then by the end of the day, if I decide I want to start fishing on the bottom, all of this I know is going to be sat on the bottom after however long time period that it takes to fall all the way to the bottom. So hopefully with trying this, might be able to get us a bite on a Zig. If not, might get us a couple of bites tonight on the bottom. Right, first day's been and gone, messing about on the Zigs, different depths, different colours, nothing's happened. Just losing the light now going into the first night. I'm just changing over to two rods on simple Ronnie rigs, one on the yellow, one on the pink Northern Special. I'm leaving the third rod out on a Zig because B1 can be quite productive through the night on the Zigs. So I'm going to get these out now, going to top the spot out with a bit more bait and fingers crossed for the rest of the night. Right, that's the rods redone for the night now. I've put a couple of spoms over the top to freshen everything up. Normally around about this time you do start seeing them show on Brasenose 1, so I'm going to sit down, keep my eyes peeled on the water, and hopefully something can happen going into the night. Right, first one of the session. It's just gone midnight, so still plenty of time left of the night. This one's 28 £. This one's fouled to the Ronnie rig with the yellow Northern Special over a little bit of bait. So hopefully this fog, I can get this rod back out there, a bit more bait, and hopefully there's more to come for the rest of the night. Just redoing the rods this morning after I had that one last night. Fog was too bad to put bait over the top. Didn't want to be putting bait everywhere. Visibility's a little bit better now. I'm just going to reel this last rod in, get some fresh hook baits on, and get them all straight back out there. Right then, it's proving to be a little bit difficult on here. They're not giving themselves away. The weather's not great. So we're gonna come up with a plan. We're gonna reel the rods in now. Gonna have a quick wander around Brasenose 2. That was the one that was doing the fish a couple of weeks ago. If we can see a few fish showing, we're gonna act on it. We're gonna get round there, put some rods out. If not, we're gonna come back, think maybe have a look around Hardwick or one of the other lakes and see if we can find some fish somewhere that are going to give themselves away, because on here we've seen 2 or 3 fish since we've been here and they're not near us and we can't get where they're showing. So we're going to do that and come up with a plan. Right then, we've just walked round onto Brasenose 2, had a look out of a few pegs. We've come around the far side, into pegs 29 and 28. They're called like the trees in the lifebuoy swim, if you don't know it by the name. We've not seen anything as of yet, but we spoke to one of the anglers a bit further down, and he reckons that someone in one of these 2 pegs managed to catch 4 last night. So that's more to go on than what we've got going on over on Brasenose 1 at the minute. We're just going to stand here for another 10-15 minutes to see if we can see anything show. Then we're probably going to be planning on a move round here. So fingers crossed something might happen. So then we've made the move from Brasenose 1 across to Brasenose 2. I've just managed to put 2 zigs out there. I'm just going to sit 2 zigs out there, trying to mess about with the depths and the colours out in the middle. It seemed to work for me over the New Year's. We're hopeful that we might be able to get something else from now. But yeah, a bit more about B1. I'd say it's got a good head of fish in there, maybe 1,500 fish in there. The bottom's pretty uniform. Like, I'd say from the shallow end it's about 10-ish foot, and it drops off from around about peg 4, then it goes down to 14-ish foot, and then that's pretty much the same the whole way around. Then it's just like a big bowl. There's nothing really out there, just little bits of silt and gravel. There's not really a lot to try and find. All I'd say is fish it at a distance that you're comfortable at fishing, and just keep everything as tight as you can. And once they do come over you, they come over you in a good number, and then you can start stringing a few bites together. I've had it on there before where I've had 30, 40 fish in a week, 48 hours fishing, and that's just me fishing comfortable distance for me and putting bait as tight as I can and fishing 3 rods. That's the way I like to fish. Whereas B2 is a bit different, to be honest. You've got depths changing. It's a bit more like an egg box. It's up and down, there's bars, gets quite weedy in here. The head of fish, there's still about the same amount of fish, 1,400 to 1,500 fish. I'd say on average, the average size fish is a little bit smaller in B2. But you can still get the big fish. They go up to 40, 48, 47 pound in here. So there's a good number of 30s. But I'd fish it exactly the same. It's just a bit more spotty. You want to try and find your spots, put your bait on it, fish as accurate as you can. 3 rods, and the zigs work, solid bags, everything works. Just you need to keep everything as tight as you can and as accurate as you can to be able to string a few bites together. So I'm going to leave these zigs out for a couple of hours now. I've got all my kit all scattered around the swim, so I'm going to give myself some time to get my house set up, get everything planned, and have a plan in my head going into this evening of what I want to do going into the night ahead. Well, we put the drone up, we was right at the other end of the lake, put the drone out, and there's the mother loader just sat down here, out the way, in places you wouldn't think they would be. So we've ran down here with a couple of rods. We're going to give it a couple of hours, and if worst case, we'll have to go back up there, get all our gear packed up again and get down here for the night. So we've been down in this swim now for maybe fishing about an hour or so. About 10 or 15 minutes ago I had a weird bit like drop back on the zigs. It's just come off, I think. Picked it up and nothing was there, so I don't know whether I got done or maybe a trailer. Put the rods back out, and one of the others has just gone. Another drop back. This time we are into one, so hopefully it's starting to kite over near my other lines, but I can steer it away from them. We'll get another one under our belt. Yeah, so that fish was started heading towards my lines and I managed to wipe out both of them. Luckily we've managed to go underneath both of them and I'm pretty sure on 3 of them now. It's just getting close, it's just down here now. Let's hope it's not on the other lines and let's hope it's not too much of a mess if it is. Well, we got that one in. Now we just got to check out what sort of carnage we've got with the other lines. But that's the result. Going into tonight, I think now gonna have to get up back to the other swim, pack all our stuff up, get down here for the night. So that's that one. So here's my reward for the second move of the session down on B2. Rods have been out about an hour. We didn't think it was going to take long, to be honest. We had the drone up, there was plenty of fish out there. I've got 2 rods back out there, just about to sort the third one back out. It was a bit of a mess when he wiped me out. So we're going to go get the rest of the kit as well, do the night down here. So hopefully you'll be seeing me again in the middle of the night. Right, we've done the move. We're set up in our new swims now. We left it a little bit late. We had to set up in the dark, but I've got 3 zigs out there now. We've just sat down, had some dinner. We're hopeful going into the night that something's going to happen. I'd say this is the most confident I've been since we've been here of getting a bite or 2 through the night. So fingers crossed we can get something for you in the night. Right, it was quite a night last night after I had that fish. We was expecting a couple more really, but the fish just, once it got dark, they must have just pushed off somewhere. They stopped showing. Woke up this morning thinking that I should have had another one through the night, was looking out there was nothing, it just looked dead. And then all of a sudden we've started seeing a few fish show now. So we're hopeful for one more before we have to finish in a couple of hours. A couple of lads have gone opposite me now and the fish are more their side, I'd say. But with hopefully them casting out leads and whatever they're going to be putting out, hopefully it's going to push them back over my side. I'll be able to show you another fish before we finish up. Right, it's come to the end of our 48-hour session down at Linear Fisheries. The last couple of hours I've been chucking solid bags and zigs to the showing fish that are out there. Nothing's come of that, but we're gonna be coming back down onto a different lake, maybe a better time of year, and hopefully I'll be able to put a few more fish on the bank in the next time we're down here. It's been a tough session, but I've managed 2 fish. It's not too bad considering both lakes haven't really been fishing very well at all. Not many fish have been coming out as we know of, but that's the middle of January. Can't write these things. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.